Howdy Hexers, Infamous Neo here. Today, we're going to be taking a look at how to approach a sealed pool. With the clash right around the corner, it's going to be more important than ever to brush up on your sealed skills. There are a whole bunch of insane prizes up for grabs, so I'm going to be putting together some videos for you guys to help make sure you have the best chance of grabbing some. First off, I'll give you a quick rundown of what sealed is. When you play sealed, you'll be building your deck from a pool of cards that is quite limited. Essentially, you open 6 boosters and you build your deck from those. Each pack contains 17 cards, and your pool will consist of 6 rares or legendaries, 24 uncommon cards, and 72 common cards for a total of 102. Obtaining a good feel for cards individually will take experience and building of your card knowledge. This video is going to start at the beginning. We're going to touch on the basics of how to approach a sealed pool, and what we want to find is which shards we should build our deck from. What will follow is the process I go through to see what kind of deck I should build. When you open a sealed pool, the cards are sorted by cost. This isn't too useful, so first, I go to the filter options and I sort by rarity. Here you get to see all the rare and legendary cards you've pulled, and while it's not always correct to build around these, this is usually where your bombs will be. Once you've taken a look at your rares, scroll down a little and look through your uncommons too. What we're looking for here is a lot of high quality cards in the same shards. If you see a lot of cards in 1 or 2 shards, it can give you a quick idea of where the most power lies in your sealed pool. After that, I sort by quantity. It's always good to check if you have multiples of powerful commons or uncommons. Knowing that you have more than one of some strong cards means that you can factor in consistency and perhaps build on some specific synergies. If you have powerful multiples that match shards you saw a lot of in the first step, you'll begin to have an idea of where you may want to look first to start building your deck. After this, I take a look at each of the shards one by one. There are 2 ways to do this. The first is just looking at the shard as a whole. The second, and the one I use more frequently, is looking at just the troops, then the constants, and finally the actions. Doing it the second way makes it a little easier to understand what kinds of things you've got going on in each shard. You're looking for deep pools with lots of good troops, strong synergies, and at least some removal. What I'm primarily trying to do at this stage is find my 2 best shards, but also write off my least powerful ones. I should have an idea of what my most powerful shards are from the first few steps, and here I'm looking mostly to reduce my options. Now, if a shard has a few very powerful cards, but lacks other troops or good actions, it is possible to subsidize this with a second strong shard. In sealed though, this isn't always going to be possible, so you may have to shelf your bomb legendary and just play a deck that can play relevant cards more often. Finally, we want to choose the 2 shards we like the look of the best and then build the deck. A good ratio to start with is 16 troops, 7 non-troops, this is 23 cards, and since the minimum limited deck size is 40, we want to run 17 shards too. So, what are we looking for? We want cards that can win us the game, powerful bomb cards that can bring the game to an end if our opponent doesn't have an answer, and we want troops that have efficient or good stats. We want a good variety of troops to play at each stage of the game. Normally the 2, 3 and 4 cost spots will house most of these, with a few powerful 1 cost cards and cards at 5 cost and above. We also want removal. Just as we want cards that can win the game, our opponents do too. So it's our job to make sure we can remove those threats when our opponent plays something we just don't want on the board. Finally, we want synergy. Powerful interactions between cards that can be just as powerful and sometimes even better than a straight bomb. We'll talk more about archetypes and synergy in future videos, but if you have cards that work together well, this is a big deal. Brush up on your archetypes and build your card knowledge, because this is a big one. Honestly though, the best way to get a feel for sealed pools is by experience. The sealed gauntlet has no time limit on deck building, so you can take as long as you like to look through the pool and uncover all of the decks that lie within. Talking with or watching experienced players is also a great way to learn. Talk to your friends while you play and check out some streams. Seeing someone else make these choices can help you understand why they might be good or bad, so you have a better idea when the time comes to make those choices yourself. The next few videos will be taking a closer look at some specific strategies and archetypes of the Hero Full Scars of War format. Best of luck in your games, guys. I'll see you next time.